Hey, what's everyone? Just another video here, just showing that a couple things that I've done to the layout. One of them is that I went out and picked up one of the new 30-foot Blackstone reefer. This is number 65. Got it at my local hobby shop. They're about $45, which is actually a good deal considering. I mean, you just pull it out the box, ready to go. Paint's real nice on it. I mean, everything is, you know, it's up to Blackstone standards. Sitting next to it is a precision scale 30-foot reefer. It's identical series. I've been looking at these for a while on eBay because I've been wanting to buy a 30-foot reefer. And so I got one. I got this one. I think I paid about $15, $20 for it. Thing comes with everything you need to build it. Trucks, couplers, actually no couplers, trucks, decals, and all the parts. This one I actually didn't use a precision scale trucks on it. They just didn't fit. They fit well, but it just sat really high when compared next to all the other cars. So I put the Grant Line trucks on it, and they're the long arch bars. But it's a nice kit. I really like it. These precision scales, they go together really well. I mean, they're really well made. As you can see, I have it separated because it's easier to paint that way. And then I modeled it with the roof hatches, the icing hatches open, which I think is a cool effect. You know, for 20 bucks. So I just have a couple more things to do to it. Now, obviously I have to decal it. And then there's all these little brackets that go up along the running boards, and then the running board ends. Just wait for all the paint to dry before I start doing all that. The other thing I've done is I went out and bought a bunch of tortoise switches. I bought a 6-pack of the tortoise switch machines and been installing them on the narrow gauge. Just because the way I have this set up is that it's really kind of hard to get to. So you can see how I drilled the hole there for it. And then down below is the, you can see the switch machine right there. And then I bought the NCE Switch 8. That's the Mark II. This thing, I did it. This really simplifies the whole install. So it's a it's a DCC decoder. It can handle up to 8 switches, and this thing is really plug and play. Basically, give it track power, as you can see up on the top. These top wires right here, and then these are all your switch outputs. I've only hooked up 4 switches so far, and I've been using the Cat 5 network cable. And then I bought these, the plugs for it, which simplifies it. The other thing I did too is I powered the frogs with these, which made a huge difference in the running of the narrow gauge engines over the switches. So you can see I installed the rest of them down below. Kind of a pain to get them all adjusted right with the throw rods. So I still have to do, you can see where the one engine is down there. I have to do that one, but I have to buy a remote type switch adapter, just because that one there's a beam running across, so I can't get it underneath. So you can see I've been playing with JMRI, trying to control my switches. That's just a real quick mock-up of the layout with the switch. I mean, it's kind of neat. You can just click on they're not, it doesn't tell which way it is. It's not correct. So I got to figure out how to do that. And then you can also use, turnout control right there. You can just put the turnout in and throw and closed. The other thing I bought that I haven't installed yet is the NCE button board. So what this does is it connects to the Switch It Switch It 8 Mark II, and allows you to use regular push button switches. What's nice about this, it's only 3 wires that goes between this and the NCE, the other NCE board, and then you just put your switch terminals in here. You run the wires to where you want to go, and then push the switch, and it goes. I mean, super simple. So that's the other thing. One other thing I've done is, I don't think I had this in my last update, but this is my display case. It used to be a vertical display case, but I put it into a horizontal one. And added lights to it. This is just one I got from IKEA. I've had this thing for a long time. I've run out of places to put it, so this is the final resting spot. So there's 3 rows of track. All the track are powered, as you can see through there. And the reason they're powered is because I have one of these Pico engine lifts, which is probably really cool. It's because you can drive your locomotive, just get a straight piece of track. You click it on. I'm just gonna and so what you do is alright, so what you do is the Pico Loco lift, it just snaps over the track. You can see it's got the grooves in there. And the way I designed this is so that I won't have to touch the locomotives to move them out of storage. So here I have this one. Drive it in there. So they drive right in. And then I really can't do this with just one hand, but what you do is you just lift it up, kind of like this. And now you can lift the locomotive down to wherever you want to go, whether it's the workbench or down to the track. And then you can see the inside of the track there. I got these off of, or this one off eBay. It's about 20 bucks. Makes it so much easier to move the stuff in and out, because I'm always afraid of, you know, if you've got weathering or other stuff, getting fingerprints all over the locomotives. And this over here has pretty much stayed the same. Not much done. So the only thing I did was I repainted those white, the barriers. I did it on the rest of the layout too. Just seems like the prototypes are almost always white. You can see that's the other project I've been working on. I don't know if I had this in my last update, but there's the sign. It was the I took the Walther's top and then scratch built a new base for it, so it looks a little more prototypical. And then I bought the styrene for over there to put in. I just haven't had the time because I've been doing the switches for the switch machines. And then I don't know if I had this in my last one, but I finished all 3 of the drop bottom gondolas, and those were the Grant Line kits. So those are all done. I just got to finish off the boxcar, and then don't really have any outstanding projects model wise to do after that, so I'm probably gonna keep working away. I would like to complete all this here, shortly. So anyways, any questions, go ahead and leave them. Thanks.